It's the NFL on EA Sports, where division rivals will...
The kicker, Chris Boswell, has it ready to go, and we are underway from Pittsburgh. Charlie Jones now from his end zone. And opted for the touchback. Here are the Bengals on.
Goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
Here we go.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. This 2nd and 4. Right back to Brown. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
And he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. 3rd down, here's Brown. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Fields. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Out of the gun, Fields. Complete to Austin here over the middle. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That swung out wide to Harris. But he will not get away. He stops short of the marker. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Bengals will get the football back. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
Now 2nd and 3. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline.
Well, he exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their... But oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
A shotgun snap, Fields. And that is incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Fields now to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Corliss Waitman on to punt. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming out, and that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
2nd and 6. Back to throw. Fields. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Here's 3rd and 3. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Harris. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Joe Burrow and the Bengals heading back out there. And he's had his struggles here early with a couple of interceptions as he'll try to refocus with a 1st and 10 to start this drive. And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. There's the stiff arm. A solid stiff arm. And he's got a Bengals 1st down as the tackle made at about the 38. They go right back to the ground here, and Brown pushes him aside at the 45. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Now it's Burrow. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So on 4th down, Ryan Rico on the punt for the Bengals.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out.
They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Now Fields.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Austin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Now it's Fields. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
To throw is Fields. Fires the out route and completes it to Harris.
And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And
take over 1st and 10.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Burrow. Flush to his right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
From the gun, a give to Brown.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And now they will throw it with Burrow, sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Burrow on his toes that time as they get the 1st down.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Another run for Brown on 2nd down. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Dante Jackson picks it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football, because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now 14-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the 2nd quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. Wonder if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone.
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so, because the run has been very effective for them.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Another run for Brown on 2nd down.
There he goes, left side.
He may go.
And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds through the end zone, and that will go as a turnover as the defense will get it at the 20-yard line.
Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right. And as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
Zach Taylor's made the decision. He's going to go ahead and throw out the red challenge flag. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining.
Here we go, Spike. You got a mini base. Why not? All right.
Here's Fields.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Harris. No gain on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Harris running straight ahead. Powerful running. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. And the Steelers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
Into space at the 45.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They run again with Harris. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's got this down to the 35. On the give, this is Harris. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
From the gun, here's Fields.
He finds his man, complete. That's Harris. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Don't jump. Ready?
Here's Fields. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Pat Freiermuth.
From 19 yards away.
And the Steelers take a 3-touchdown lead.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. That time a 9-play drive, and it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all the way up just shy of midfield before going out of bounds at the 49. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now 2nd and 5.
Burrow looking to pass.
Open man is Yoshivas.
7 yards there and a first down. Here's Burrow. Rolling to his right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a third down gain of 4. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Zach Taylor, a new breed of head coach. He's going to go for it on 4th down. Now it's Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Cole Holcomb. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Austin brings in the quick throw.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Going across the formation, he finds Freiermuth.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Fields.
Out to his left. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Pat Freiermuth.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
I thought that was a nice job there of feeling the pressure and rolling out away from it and keeping the play alive. And I think he did it with the idea that his tight end would find his way free in the end zone, and his confidence was rewarded.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And a rout is on here in this first half. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
Flushed out right. So,
well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the 3rd quarter we march.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter.
The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the 3rd quarter.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
And Najee going to have a Steelers first down as the tackle made at the 42. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Fields, open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 26. They hand this off to Harris, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Looking to throw. Fields.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Back to throw. Fields. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Warren. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
On 4th down, Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
This is caught. And in for the Steelers, touchdown.
Jalen Warren.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes this 35-0 now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. One man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Bengals. Still down very big on the scoreboard, but a little feather in their cap here.
And it's a big-time play, and if you don't get entered after a kick, well, then your team just doesn't have any spark. We'll find out if this is the start of a big comeback or just cosmetics as we go along.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Fields now to throw. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And the Bengals are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Here we go. 11, Tommy.
This is Brown going up the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And Chase going to pick up a Bengals 1st down as the tackle is made at the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
An inside give, Brown. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA.
He'll buy some time right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
Burrow will throw. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Back to throw, Fields. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Looking for Austin, intercepted. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. They'll roll him out right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it, sliding out of the pocket. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Now it's Burrow. Rolling to his right. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of... Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
1-1, ready?
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11. Shot.
Handing it off to Brown.
They showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line.
77 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Now Fields.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Fields throwing again. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time.
Still fighting.
And the Bengals are going to have it here just past the 25.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27.
On the handoff, this is Brown. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. And this offense on third down today, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This time it's 3rd and 3.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Here we go, here we go. 11
They give it to Brown.
And he's got a Bengals first down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. He'll drop to throw.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
2nd and a couple.
Here we go. 11
Here's a give to Brown. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Burrow.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown Bengals.
Chase Brown
From 4 yards out.
And the Bengals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. A CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
He'll let it fly for Austin.
And that's going to be incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Escaping the pressure right. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
On 1, right? Here we go, here we go.
Burrow looking to pass. Being chased out left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
Here we go.
Brown is into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. McPherson on for the point after.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Steeler offense set to regain possession.
And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them, as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
A short one there to Freiermuth. And he is going to have a Steeler first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it.
Here we go, son.
Now it's Fields.
He'll let it fly for Austin.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Out of the gun, Fields.
On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. Here's one deep for Pickens.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
He's got it at the 15. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Jalen Warren
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Steelers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
Here's Burrow. He'll buy some time right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now it's Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
It's the National Football.
The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And off we go from Ford Field. This returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. Number 1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
In my opinion, Mike, if they expect to leave here today with a win, they're going to have to be aggressive early and often. They might not connect on all of them, but pushing the ball downfield could open up a lot of opportunities for you to take advantage as this game unfolds.
First carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. Give him 14 on that one. First down, Detroit. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. From the gun, it's Goff. This is intercepted. That's the linebacker, Blake Cashman. You get the ball to start the game thinking you'll score on offense. Instead, they allow the defense to be the first on the board in this one.
So now the question is, Mike, do you allow this to linger the rest of the day? You've dug yourself a pretty big hole here to start, but you've got to pick yourself up and realize this game is far from over, and we now got to get the ball back and establish some early rhythm.
This will be returned from the 6. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense back onto the field for their next possession. They are obviously still smarting from that pick 6 a moment ago. Quick 7-0 hole. Try to start digging out now with 1st and 10. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. He's got it at about the 8. And he'll be taken down. A chance now to make up for that earlier pick 6. They have it 1st and goal. And he's in. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Lions will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
And this is the opportunity Sam Darnold's been working for. I mean, to resurrect his career after some struggles early on in New York. He's had a bit of a mixed bag, but there is no mistaking the physical talent, the arm strength, the ability to play quarterback at a high level. He has it all. There's a reason he was drafted where he was, Mike, and I think Minnesota has themselves a sleeper here at the quarterback position.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. Again, it's Jones. And I don't think he got there with that one. Only needed a yard. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now we're looking at 3rd down. They run it once more with Jones. And this will wind up a Vikings first down. He's up to the 45-yard line.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. Here's 2nd and 2. They run straight ahead with Jones. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a first down. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Brian Branch. And the Lions have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back-end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Now, Goff. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. He'll go right back to Laporta. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle's made here at the 3-yard line. Here's Gibbs. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line. A 2nd down throw for Goff. This one caught at the 4. To the goal line and in. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. Here's Bates for the extra point. He gets it to go. And the Lions will move out to a 14-7 lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. The pressure gets there, and he goes down. That should be the final play of this first quarter. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. Quick throw here is complete. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Pushing his way in to bring him down. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. The Lions offense ready to see what they can do. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. That is brought in. No touchdown, but they are close. Going to be 1st and goal. They've got it at the 3. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. They'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. Throwing here is Goff. He's got it at the 3. And And he'll take it on in. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. Now an opening past the 30. Still on the move. They're going to be set up with a short field. What a tremendous kick return.
A lot of what goes into being a great kick returner comes down to vision. And you're going to see here, he finds the cutback lane, and as he accelerates down the left side of the field, he wasn't far from taking it all the way down the sideline and into the end zone.
2nd down and 8. Working out of the shotgun, it is and they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first, so it'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, on comes the rookie, Will Reichert, to try this Viking field goal. Reichert's kick is good. And the Vikings cut the deficit a bit. The new score is now 21-10. Reichert had the field goal a moment ago. He's back out now to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Lions offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They built a nice lead for themselves. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Throwing on 2nd down, Goff. Working free downfield, it is Williams. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. He'll send it downfield for Laporta. And that is incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Goff gives it to Gibbs. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Goff. That's caught by Gibbs.
Let's add that to the list of great throws we've seen out of this quarterback here in the first half. We thought he might be in line to have a good game, especially against this style of defense. But let's be honest, Mike, he's been more than just good. He's been sensational.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. That is hard down the field. He's got it. They pick up 27 and convert on 4th down. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Throwing, Goff. That is caught. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Good blocking, and he's in. Jared Goff. Touchdown, Lions. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense about ready to take over once more. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away. Up the middle, here's Jones. The Lions called their first timeout, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. 3rd and long. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. He'll get rid of it and complete it.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
The Lions offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They've opened up a big lead already, trying to put this one to bed maybe before halftime. Another drive starts here with 1st and 10. Goff to throw. And that is incomplete.
And on a game where it seems like this quarterback hasn't really done much wrong, that's really his most critical missed throw so far. He's had himself a really good game up until this point, but I think that's one when he goes back and watches the tape, he knows he should have had it.
Oh, and that one is intercepted by Stephon Gilmore. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. Off he goes. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, here's McCarthy. And this time the rush gets home. And down he goes.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. He'll tuck it and take off.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
Setting up to throw is McCarthy. Looking for Jefferson deep downfield. Oh, the defender able to get his head around and intercept it.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
Goff to throw on 1st down. Again, working deep downfield. So we've recapped, and instead, why don't we get right back to it as we'll get ready for the 3rd quarter. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Zadarius Smith, the linebacker, in on the stop. Second and 7. Now McCarthy gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. Open man downfield. It's Addison. A pickup there of 28 yards.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson. Here's 3rd and 2. They're trying to run for the first down with Jones. Here's McCarthy. Now he throws back over the middle. It is complete. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. That is caught. And he's in. Aaron Jones. Touchdown, Vikings. Now, a 2-point conversion attempt coming. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. That's pulled in, and they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion. Reichert out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And we show you they'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That's right side and brought in by Williams.
And as we saw in the first half, Mike, the defense was really unable to do anything to slow him down. He put up some really big numbers there in the first 2 quarters. Now here in the second half, just doesn't look like they've made many adjustments in the attempt to slow him down.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Shaquille Griffin.
You know, Mike, I like the mindset of this offensive coordinator. He's saying, listen, I'm not looking to preserve this lead. I'm looking to extend my lead. Now, that aggressive play calling in this case led to the turnover. Now your defense has to take the field. Can they bail you out and keep this lead unchanged prior to their next possession?
The Vikings offense and J.J. McCarthy getting set for their next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Quick throw, taken in. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way. Every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
They get 15 on that game. 1st down, Minnesota.
Finding yourself down here multiple scores in the second half, the defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
Here's 2nd and 9. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. And that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch. And in this case, what guys are unwilling.
And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
The offense staying out there for this 4th down. They'll go. Here's McCarthy. He's got a receiver. It's Addison. And he's going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down. They wind up with a gain of 11 on 4th down. To throw once more, here's McCarthy. That's caught by Jones out of the backfield. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
That is brought in at the 10. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. They'll run it here with Jones. That's a nice pickup, bringing it down to the 3. 2nd and goal. To throw, it's McCarthy. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Ifeatu Melifonwu. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he'll get to about the 15, and that's it. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. That's caught by Gibbs. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. From the gun, here's Gibbs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Throwing on 2nd down. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing. When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give it to Jones. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. This pass, right side, going to be caught by Addison. 13 yards on the catch there. It'll be a Vikings 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
McCarthy now to throw on 1st and 10. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Jack Campbell.
This is one of those situations, Mike, where a rookie quarterback can kind of be baited into thinking something's open when it's really not. And these are the things that all coaches are just continuing to work through. Anytime you have a young signal caller, they haven't seen the reps. They don't have the experience. In this case, the defense plays this one to perfection, and it results in the big takeaway.
On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds as the clock will stop. It would have stopped anyway as we've hit the 2-minute warning. They'll drop to throw. Catch is made. That is Williams. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Short kick taken just inside the 20. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Vikings offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Now Jones trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now he'll run. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their 1st, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the game. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. And for the fourth time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Brian Branch.
This has been tough to watch, Mike, really for a lot of reasons. And when you talk to everybody around this building, they know the future of this organization rests on the shoulders of this young rookie quarterback. And there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be missed throws and misreads. But 4 interceptions into today's game, you find yourself trailing here. At some point, they got to ask themselves, is this rookie giving us the best?
And for the fourth time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by the veteran, Harrison Smith.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
On first and 10, it's McCarthy. Now a ball deep, middle of the field. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. The pick 6 for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see. And it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment. Uplifting for them. Big momentum building.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense. You get yourself an easy touchdown. All of a sudden, your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.